Now for something completely different.
Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Brian Hoppe and Fasted. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Yes, sir. What's going on? This is Hoppe Hour. I'm back. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. I am live on Instagram at Ryan Hoppe Radio, which is Hoppe TV. So if you're watching this live, call the show 856-49-HOPPE. And if you're listening to this on demand, call 856-494-6773 to leave me a voicemail. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. We have so much to get into. And first of all, I saw this here, and I don't get political on this show. I don't vote. I don't care about politicians. But let me tell you, if this incident happened to Donald Trump, the liberals would be attacking him. And I'm going to keep this short because I don't want to get too political. But it says here, President Biden, his dog Commander, accused of biting 7 people. Can you imagine if Donald Trump's dog was doing that? All of a sudden, everybody would be like, he shouldn't have an animal. He's a piece of garbage, blah, 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 da, da, da. But the whole media has covered up Biden, and that's all I got to say. I'm just saying that when you have this pooch named Commander, as it says here, that's just not some sweet, loving pet, but rather a complete menace to society. If you were to describe Trump's dog that way, people would want the dog to be taken. Because it says here, Commander, a 2-year-old German Shepherd, went on a 4-month rampage, biting 7 people, including 2 service agents. Man, can you imagine working there and you just know that dog's a son of a bitch, literally, and that the dog's going to attack you at any moment? This is all I'm going to say, and I'm going to quickly move on. I'm going to tell you right now, though, is there a little bit of a trend? Joe Biden has a deadbeat loser son, and Joe Biden's dog is kind of, just saying, maybe the owner is creating something. Let's talk about some more happy news. News that won't divide us. News that won't separate us. Because I know there's people that are listening that are going, oh my God, you're trashing Biden. Why? He's so great. Let's talk about Skittles.
Oh, happy hot topic!
In celebration of National Mustard Day, who knew, which is on August 5th, Skittles has partnered with French's to make its first ever mustard-flavored Skittle. I was hoping it was just...
Listen, I'm not a big fan of when these candy companies come up with these wacky ideas. Call me a traditional person, but just give me a gummy Skittle. Oh my God, are those the absolute best? That, Sour Patch Kids are nerds. I like traditional sweets. I don't need to have something funky. Mustard flavored Skittles. What the hell are we doing?
Partnered with French's to make its first ever mustard-flavored Skittle. I was hoping...
And you know some person that's going to eat that is going to do it really ironically, like, it actually is really good. Ugh, foodies are annoying.
I was just going to say mustard-colored. All right, the candy is described as having a tangy mustard flavor. Do not expect to see it on store shelves, however. Fans can enter an online sweepstakes.
All right, I don't care. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. Now, this next headline, by no means is ideal. I'm not happy about it, but it's not that big of a deal, and it could be a lot worse. Spotify users are canceling their account as app increases its prices With one venting, I'm going back to Apple Music. Well, that's just silly. Apple Music is fine, but I'm just a traditional guy. I prefer Threads, or I prefer Twitter over Threads. I prefer Spotify over Apple Music. I think it's because I'm becoming an elder millennial as I approach 30 and 40 days. But what I'm saying is I'm into the old school things, and I have like 3,800 songs that are saved on my Spotify. So that's like my personal iPod. Because it announced that Spotify is hiking its prices both in the UK and the US. With over 500 million users, Spotify is without a doubt one of the most popular apps around the world. But users are furious following the news that Spotify is hiking its prices both in the US and the UK. Let's see here. See how much they're bringing it up by. The UK premium plan will now be $10.99 per month. And in the US, the family plan will be $17 instead of $16. And in the US, it will be $11. So again, not ideal because it used to be $9.99 and now it's $10.99, but not the end of the world. Now, if it went up to $15 or $16, then maybe you think you might have a problem if it went up that much. But we're in inflation era, and if Spotify only goes up $1, in my mind, in the world that I live in the universe where I only think about myself, I think that is a win. Now you're wondering, Ryan, Javi, how are you so hyper today? Because of your ADHD, that might be, and this drink by Logan Paul called Prime that the FDA wants to shut down. Let me take a sip of it. It's the most old school radio thing ever. Usually they drink coffee. I'll drink an energy drink. Oh my God, it's like liquid cocaine. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. That's not liquid cocaine. Liquid cocaine is Four Loko. I've never drank a Four Loko, and the 5 times I have and been like, oh my God, was that a memorable night of drinking? I am so grateful that I drank this. Four Loko might be the worst drink of all time. Did you hear the good news? Futurama's back! Now, before, I haven't watched the new episode. It's back on Hulu. It came back 10 years ago and wasn't as good, but I've heard it's really good now. But before I get into the article, I got to play you quite possibly one of the best scenes of all time when it comes to introducing a new character. It's when Bender and Fry are outside of the suicide booth in the first episode.
Whoa, a real live robot. Or is that some kind of cheesy New Year's costume?
Bite my shiny metal ass.
It doesn't look so shiny to me.
Shinier than yours, meatbag.
I mean, how can you not find that funny? It says here from the Daily Mail. Futurama. Bender takes over writer's room as critically acclaimed sci-fi returns after 10 years with Hollywood writers and actors on strike. The critically acclaimed sci-fi sitcom created by The Simpsons creator Matt Groening returned after a 10-year absence. I'm so excited. To me, Futurama is hands down one of the most underrated shows of all time. Not just cartoon of all time. Because, man, growing up, my dad was Roman Catholic as hell, so I love to watch adult cartoons despite him. I'm going to name them all. Family Guy, American Dad, Futurama, The Simpsons, The Critic, Dilbert, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, C-Lab, Harvey Birdman, Ashley McGee, Tom Goes to the Mayor, Mission Hill, The Oblongs. I think you get the point. I'm really into adult cartoons. And my dad, we used to get into arguments about it all the time. Oh, you're watching those cartoons and they're bad for you. No, they're awesome. And now that my dad's no longer on this planet, I want to tell him, why did we get into fights over Family Guy? To me, that was the biggest waste of a time. Happy Hour is a podcast where I talk about news, celebrity, dating, and sex. And sometimes it's also a place where I vent about my daddy issues. And we talk about the NFL. You're about to hear this for the next month until something else happens with the NFL. Because we're just craving that CTE of a sport. NFL suspends a 10th player for gambling. Broncos defensive end. All right, let me see if I can pronounce this. Okay. I have a little bit of a speech impediment already. All right, enough of that. But let me see if I can do this. Oma Uwarziriki. Oh, I'm sure that was spot on. Oh, I'm sure that was so accurate. Ioma Uwaziriki gets indefinite ban and cannot be reinstated before 2024. He's been suspended indefinitely for gambling. Man, maybe it's because I don't have a lot of money right now. I'm doing okay in life. I'm getting by. I'm breathing, whatever. I'm not in the ground. But I'm not rich by any means. And I just look at gambling and I go, that looks like such a waste of time. You could totally be doing something better with that money. I just like to think about saving money, you know? And you see all these athletes gambling in that. I don't get the appeal. If I want to get a rush, I'll just go on Pornhub. You know, if I want to feel good, I don't need to gamble. You like how I said that with my Midwest accent? Gamble. People really like when I pronounce my A's. Like, hey, there's my aunt over there. Literally, people from Chicago talk very bizarre. And one of them is me.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh, man, we're going to take you into a time machine to 2011. There's Wigda, where it goes down at. So swagged out. One of my good friends, Mike, is in this song. And it's during that Roscoe Dash era where everybody went partying and talked like this. So let's go back to 2011 with So Swagged Out, Tampa made hip hop right here on Happy Hour. We'll come back and talk about more things.
Yeah, my chain look bright, made your girl look twice. My ice on bird, I don't ask about the price. Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Because I'm so swagged out. Because I'm so swagged out. Black and red chain fruity, made your girl a groupie. Eyes all droopy, my paper damn goofy. Car top drop, I call her Topless Susie. Hit the clubs just to make the biggest movie. 30 karat bracelet, I caught from George Clooney. Left the jewelry store with goals, I am a goonie. Lemonade chain bug you out like a loony. You can catch me, True Religion, Gucci shades and Louis. Your shorty sent sex clips to my two-way. She fine as hell and very bougie. Now rinse it out, now Bobby Boucher. I'm swagged out like LL Cool J. Paparazzi snapping photos cause they love to shoot me. She gon' make the beat Scooby-Doo. Now everybody get stupid and do this. Swag it out, rinse it out. Now rinse it out, rinse it out. My chain look bright, made your girl look twice. My ice on bird, I don't ask about the price. Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Because I'm so swagged out. Because I'm so swagged out. Life is short, life is stank, but with this I make the best of it. Baggy, swaggy, reach around, don't come at me with petty shit. I'm chillin', bruh, drinking, tipping my cup to the ceiling. Up, you feeling us, hopefully, but really I don't give a fuck. I'm swagging out, no two-step, I add 6 more, then turn around. Break it down, put your hands in the air like you just don't care, we in your town. Rinse around, swag it out, I see them haters, what it is. Got Chico on this beat, we got this dancing beat of shit. Rinse it out, make it clean,
so swagged out. Swagged out.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh my God. Even though it's Tuesday at like 5:40 p.m., let's take a picture in our mind that it is Sunday and it's brunch. I said Spotify, it's Sunday and it's brunch. Betches Love Brunch by David Pezza, a.k.a. DJ Pez, a.k.a. Pezhead. What up, ladies?
Can I get a table for 8, please?
What about 9? I can join.
Thanks. Okay. Let me tell you what's up. Betches Love Brunch.
This following segment has been brought to you by the best Kava and Kratom in all of the Bay Area and the world. When I tell you that Mitra 9 is the place to be, I'm a man of my words. Go to mitra-9.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe to save 20%.
DJ playing
Our favorite songs.
too late for breakfast.
This is also being brought to you by DZBZHoney.com, the best Delta 8 CBD hemp lemonade or hemp honey around. DZBZHoney.com. Use keyword Hoppe to save 20%. I got it mixed up for a second because this is also being brought to you by ASTROBLEME.com, the best hemp lemonade around. I have to spell it out because when I say it out loud, the algorithm tries to shut it down. Because heaven forbid you get high.
Betches Love Brunch.
All right, we're going to come back and talk about more things. What are we going to talk about? I'm not sure.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Now for something completely different.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Hot Topic!
Is A$AP Rocky coming for Travis Scott? Well, fans seem to think so, and
man, you could really take that sentence and just spin it in a dirty fashion.
is A$AP Rocky coming for Travis Scott?
Yeah, he is!
Well, fans seem to think so, and it could have something to do with Rihanna.
Really feels like a lot's happening all at once.
While debuting an unreleased song during his Rolling Loud set, one of the rapper's verses went viral for being a little unfiltered.
If you stole my style, I need at least like 10%. What all them disrespect, I hope you take offense.
And fans were quick to speculate who might be the target of Rocky's diss. Enter Travis Scott, who briefly dated Rihanna in 2015.
Man, Travis Scott is just hooked up with everybody. NBA players and rappers, they're all Eskimo brothers and Eskimo sisters. They just pass each other around.
One user writes,
They pass each other around like the mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving dinner.
One user writes, Travis Scott versus A$AP Rocky is pay-per-view worthy. While another tweets, A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott have the most forced beef ever.
Yeah, I don't really see sociopathic Travis Scott, who really doesn't have any emotions. I don't see him fighting.
But one fan took to Rhee's defense, saying this is more disrespectful to Rihanna than anyone. As for where this beef between Trav and Rocky started,
the fact that they both haven't really put out music recently that people are talking about, so they need something to begin controversy. That's probably what it is.
Well, friction between the two rappers has been circulating for years, but the most recent stir-up...
Imitation, best form of flattery. Right. People wasn't trying to imitate you. You're doing something wrong.
Yeah, last year, Rocky addressed the tension during an appearance on Drink Champs.
But one thing that kept popping up on the internet is Travis Scott stole his whole style.
Yeah.
From A$AP Rocky.
I I've always kind of thought that. I thought they're pretty similar. I could see that happening.
Is that something that you entertain?
Nah, you can't feed into petty like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, at this point, that's trash at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you feel like that at one point?
I mean, I saw similarities for sure.
Right.
You know, I saw that he was inspired and like that, but that's what we in it for.
Yeah.
Like, that's good sportsmanship.
Hell yeah, I like A$AP Rocky as a rapper. Never met him. I bet he's a cool person. But that's a big D energy. That's a I don't care what people think about me energy. Going, whatever.
Which brings us back to this moment.
All right, I probably can't play any more of this. Not because of the language, because this is a podcast. This is a podcast, so I can say whatever the fuck I want. But the copyright there probably wouldn't appreciate me playing someone else's music. Did you hear the latest from Tyreek Hill?
The Miami Dolphins are getting ready for the upcoming season.
It's almost football time. The veterans are reporting to training camp, so
It's not a news report about the NFL in July without the, oh my God, it's almost football season.
Almost football time. The veterans are reporting to training camp, so let's go right out now to local 10's Ian Margol live at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens to give us more. Hey, Ian.
Hey guys, today is really just day one of training camp when the players are supposed to come here, have some meetings, report to the practice facility for the first time. Tomorrow is going.
All right, I have this rule that if I'm bored, you're probably bored. Pretty much, it's going to go on to say that Tyreek Hill reaches a settlement in alleged marina assault. If you want to hear in-depth sports talk, go to 95.3 WDAE where I used to work, but you're not going to get that from me here. By the way, I had some really sad news to announce. Not really that sad. I had to make the decision this year not to do fantasy football. I've done it for the past 12 years with kids that I knew in high school, and my team was never good, and it always made me hate the game because everything was just annoying. And let's say Peyton Manning over the years in 2017 has 5 touchdowns. All of a sudden, those 5 touchdowns ruin my game. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be able to watch the sport like it's a movie. So I told the kids in the high school group we had the same group chat for the past 11 years. I was like, I'm out. I bow my head. I retire. Speaking of someone that we all seem to bow down to.
The sexual assault trial of Oscar-winning actor Kevin Spacey are continuing deliberations in London for a second day. The court adjourned yesterday without a verdict. 4 men are accusing Spacey of several sexual offenses.
I mean, let's be honest here. You can defend him all you want if you're a House of Cards fan or something, but there's no doubt that he is a creepy guy. Kevin Spacey has always given me the heebie-jeebies.
63-year-old actor has pleaded not guilty to all charges. CBS News reporter Haley Ott is following the latest from London. Haley, good morning. Haley, remind us what allegations Spacey is facing.
Good morning. Kevin Spacey's been on trial here in the UK for the last few weeks, and he's actually facing 9 counts of sexual misconduct. 7 of those counts are for sexual assault. 2 are even more serious than that. And as you said, there are 4 alleged victims.
I feel like if any other average Joe did these allegations, he would be prosecuted to the fullest, but it feels like this trial and all of this controversy surrounding Kevin Spacey has gone on forever and ever, and nothing's been done about it. Why? Because he's the rich and elite, and the rich and elite always win.
In this trial, and the alleged crimes took place between 2001 and 2013. And depending on the verdict, Kevin Spacey could be handed a sentence of life in prison, potentially.
Oh, he's not going to get that. I hate when the reporters say that. Oh, he might get life in prison. If he gets 6 months probation, I'll be surprised. Get out of here.
Which is 25 years here in the UK. He has pleaded not guilty to all the charges.
Well, being 61 plus 25, that means it would be 86, so that would be a life sentence.
And what happened during the trial?
The alleged victims came to court. They gave their testimony, as did Kevin Spacey. He was at the trial every day, and then he testified. He said that he was very upset by the charges.
Heaven forbid I commit a crime and I give some guys trauma for the rest of their life. It's very upsetting how it's an inconvenience to my life.
Victims said that they were very upset, obviously, by the alleged crimes.
I'm upset that people thought that House of Cards was a good show.
There were character witnesses, and now the jury has been dismissed to deliberate.
I'm sure. Let me guess here, because he's the original lead. Here's how that's going to go. Just like it always goes for any other original lead person that does a crime like Alec Baldwin, they get away with it.
Happy Hour.
What the hell do I feel like playing? How about, let me see here. KB the Great, a.k.a. Courtney Brown, former NFL player, one of my good friends. Here's Pleasure and Pain. We'll be right back.
Off my goals and ambition. Work so hard for a living and stack that bread to the ceiling. It's sometimes not what's envisioned, just the way that it goes. Different type of conditions, better make it your most. But lately I've been feeling like we just been blessed with the curse. No matter how you fight the good and bad, it always reverse. Like we all made the same, some things will never be changed. You rep the click that you claim, like choosing sides at a game. Though the struggle remains, don't trying hard to maintain when no one else is to blame on how to keep it contained. You see, I'm straight off the block. I just triple my knot on my way to the top, like the cream of the crop. But still, no matter how far I get from the sun and the rain, I can't escape them sunny winters talking pleasures and pain. Now hold on, pleasures and pain, talking 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 pleasures and pain. Ride with the highs, roll with the lows. Where will it go? Nobody knows. You gotta survive when you inside. Switching up lanes from pleasure to pain. Yeah, she likes the way it feels. He always trying to chill. He knows he's got it bad. Yeah, can we just keep it real? You know this love is real, no doubt about it. How much longer till you get it? Yeah, it's too long, he not committed. Yeah, just stay strong, you let him hit it. Yeah, and now he's gone, forget the digits. Yeah, just stay home, never picked up the phone. Should've stayed in his zone, should've been in his face. He did you wrong, should've left him alone. Now you gotta move on, he found a girl to replace. Every week it's just to keep from sleeping. Hit the clubs at night or you can see the freaking. If the money's right, there's no need to keep it. If the feel is right, then you gon' believe it. Goals achieving, though it sounds intriguing. Can I break the chain and paint a pleasure leaving? Gotta face the pain at any time of grieving. Guess that make you human, that's the only reason. Straight off the block, I just build up my stock. Put the game in a lock, by the way that I rock. It's that we always gotta have a mix of sun with that rain. I guess that's why we got policemen out here blowing our brains. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, Pleasure and Pain by KB the Great. Man, he is so talented. Kourtney Brown on all social media. He's a great rapper. He's from Tampa Bay. He played in the NFL, and he's my friend. Alrighty. Guess what? I have some breaking news to alert you guys. I have some news.
Happy Hour will be right back.
What is that, Abe Cannon, radio legend, and one of my good friends?
Happy Hour will be right back.
That means it's time to get trippy, brah. Life's too short not to get trippy. This music is being made by Romeo. I have this habit, I have this skill of being able to hit the post and knowing when it's coming. So here's the thing. This following segment has been brought to you by Rich Cayley, Master Barbershop. When I tell you that he is the best barber in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. RichKBarber.com. Sign up. He's over at Salon Loft on Kennedy Boulevard. When you go there, make sure you hit the post. That was close enough. Yeah. Oh, Romeo. This is also being brought to you by the best printing company in all of the Bay Area. I don't know if you noticed this trend, but I only surround myself with the best around. WestChasePrinting.com. If you go there and on the invoice, you tell them you heard about it on Happy Hour, they will hook you up. I'm a man of my words. I would not lie to you. For all the info, RyanHappyRadio.com.
Happy Hour.
Let's try that again. I'm too lazy. I don't feel like editing it, so let's do this. We'll be right back on Happy Hour. Hang on.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, man. Today in overreacting to an online troll. We'll get to that in a second. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppyRadio@gmail.com. I went to Mojitos on Friday night and hung out with Tony, the night show host from Maxima 92.5, and Artian, the badass from the promotions team from Maxima. And this is an all-Cuban club where there wasn't much English being said, and I was a little drunk, a little high, so I was a little out of it. If you want to see funny pictures of me on my cell phone around some baddies, around some party people, at Ryan Hoppy Radio, as I look a little out of place in like a very mysterious way. Not in a bad way, not in a good way, just in a very Ryan Hoppy way. But going back to slamming trolls that don't matter, Madison Beer slams a troll who said she was getting fatter and should do some cardio, adding, "We love a thin, wasted girl." Listen, I don't know why women in 2023, first of all, have to react when you're a famous woman to these trolls. Oh, they slammed the trolls. No, you're letting the trolls win by reacting. I've gotten hate in my life. You know how I respond? No. Madison Beer, I'm going to go out and buy you a beer, and I'm going to teach you something right now, because I am the authority on daddy issues and dealing with haters. You know what the ultimate response is for haters or people that talk about you, if it's radio shows or whatnot? Crickets. You don't respond. You let it die. But when you go on Twitter and you're slamming a troll, you're letting that troll win. He's getting a dopamine hit of, oh my God, I pissed off Madison Beer. If she didn't respond, then that guy would just be a nothing. Also, Britney Spears' tell-all memoir delayed by 4 months after lawyers for her exes Justin Timberlake and Colin Farrell contested claims about past relationships and romances. Yeah, It's that trend recently. All these jaded ex-girlfriends are spilling the beans. And you know Britney Spears probably has some juicy detail. I'm not saying it could cancel Timberlake or could cancel, let's say, Colin Farrell. But you know there's some info. Maybe it's a butt plug. There's got to be something that they don't want to be released because they're freaking out, man. I've always said, unless you touch a kid or hurt an animal or kill somebody, any or a DUI, any publicity is good publicity. Talk about me, bitch. I'm in your brain rent-free. So when you have Timberlake and Colin Farrell mad about them being in the book, you're being talked about. That loser known as Britney Spears. I'm tired of it. Can we quit acting like she's cool? Please. Please. I'm tired of it. She's not cool. She's a crazy girl that has auto-tune and is the first one to do it and had a hard life. You know who else had a hard life? A lot of people. Listen. Because like I said on my other podcast, the Free Britney movement was nothing more and nothing less than a bunch of cloud chasers. Oh, we're covering Britney because we care about her. You're covering her because you got nothing to talk about, and you're no different than the paparazzi from 2007. The only difference is you were born in 2004, so you really weren't around for it, and you guys love talking about it for the clicks because you have no redeeming talent to make your own work. You have to talk about somebody else. But then again, people will go, Hoppy, you talk about celebrities on your show. I'm not claiming to be like a warrior. I hate the word shock jock, but I write millennial shock jock in my bio. I'm here to be outspoken. I'm not here to like save the world. All the Free Britney people were acting like they're saving the world. No, you're being an imbecile. So tired of it. And whenever you would hang out with people that were Free Britney, if you even brought that idea up to somebody who's a Free Britney person, if you said to them, hey, I kind of think you're caring a little bit too much about a millionaire you're never going to meet that you probably wouldn't get along with. Oh my God. You would freak out. That said Gen Zer. You don't know the hard life that Britney's been through. I don't. I've also had a hard life. I'm not saying I don't feel bad for Britney, but worry about yourself. That's the problem nowadays. Everybody gets into everybody's drama, but nobody worries about themselves. The people that have to throw shots at all times and have to talk about other people at all times, if it's radio shows or columnists, whatever you are, any type of journalist, you're the ones with the most skeletons in the closet. The Free Britney people, anybody that talks smack about other people, let's look at what's in your closet. Because if you're having to talk about everybody else, you're the one that's having to hide infidelity and anything you're taking part in. That's anybody out there in this world. The people that are low-key, that you never hear about, are the good people. The people that are out there, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to do charity. I'm going to do that. Watch out for them. I'm telling you. You can't trust them. Patriotism and free fall. Just 39% of U.S. adults and 18% of young Americans are proud to be an American. What is there to be proud of? We've had awful presidents, pretty much besides Obama, who I think is pretty cool. And guess what else we've had? A bunch of old dudes running the world. Oh yeah, the country that produces sociopathic 80-year-olds running the world. Let's be so proud of America. Come on now. I said, come on now. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773.
First up, Dave Chappelle. We can exclusively announce. This is an exclusive. The Emmy-winning comic is heading back out on tour. The fall run of his stand-up show, Dave Chappelle Live, is going to kick off August 22nd at Madison Square Garden. Right.
Dude, if you're having a show at Madison Square Garden, that is when you know that you have made it in life. I'm telling you right now, one of the smartest things that he does is that he makes everybody put their cell phone away. Because you never, ever see anything about Dave Chappelle.
Here in New York City, the tour is going to run through October with stops in New Orleans, Nashville, Chicago, a lot more. Tickets are...
What about Tampa? He should come to Ybor City. Oh my God. Could you imagine Dave Chappelle in Ybor City? That would be wild. Also in the news, David Letterman, who I think is the greatest current day, or not current day, but like present day talk show host of all time within my lifetime. Like, I know he hasn't been on TV for 8 years, but what I'm saying is, compared to like Jay Leno and all the other people, he was the OG. He just was a creepy guy, so it was kind of hard to like him. Jay Leno was like that, hey, I'm that smarmy guy, hey. Well, here's what David Letterman's been up to. Can you believe he's been off air for 8 years?
Next up, David Letterman. In a new video on social media, the former late-night host is revisiting one of his earliest gigs. This is amazing. Bagging groceries at a Hy-Vee grocery store in Iowa. And it turns out if you give Letterman an apron, he just might let that power go to his head.
David Letterman really creeps me out, but that's, to me, what's so likable about him is he's somebody you wouldn't want to hang out with. He's literally a real-life Scrooge.
Watch
Today
this.
and today only, celery. For Hy-Vee shoppers, absolutely free. Help yourself to the celery. Wow,
Man, if I was walking around that grocery shop and I heard Letterman's voice, I'm telling you, my geeky fandom would be there in a second. I wouldn't just sit around and go, oh yeah, David Letterman is hanging out. I don't need to meet him. He's definitely one of the influences on my life. Like later on in life, my mom used to tape him all the time, but I just didn't appreciate him growing up because I was more of a Leno guy. Ew. But if I heard that David Letterman was in the same building as me, I'd be like, oh my God, where is he? 856-49-HOPPY. This next headline, I have to tread lightly. Oh, wait, that's right. On this show, we don't tread lightly on anything. I think Jason Aldean is a dirtbag.
Making headlines this weekend, Monica pausing her show to confront a man hitting a woman during her concert.
Listen. Buy him a drink. Listen, if y'all don't get the out of here.
The R&B singer jumped into the audience to defend the female fan. The guy in question was ejected from the Detroit Festival, and back on stage, Monica apologized for losing her composure, explaining,
sorry guys, I didn't mean to kick that person out. I just didn't want to get sued.
She was triggered by the assault. It was caught on camera.
I know! Don't you hit her like that!
As for Jason Aldean, he's defending his song, Try That in a Small Town.
How is it not partially racist? Do you notice it's... How do I word this? Think about it. The people that are sincerely defending this song, look at them.
Opinion. You can think something all you want to. It doesn't mean it's true.
That's the country star on stage this weekend in Cincinnati. The video for his single raised eyebrows for seemingly supporting gun violence, and some say it's pro-lynching. Claims Jason says are, quote, not only meritless but dangerous. He told the Ohio crowd, it's been a long week.
Oh, poor you. You made a shitty song. That's what you have to deal with when you're controversy. Oh, it's been such a long week. Think about all the people that saved up all their money to go see you in person. Oh, but it's been a long week for me. Shut up.
This day and age, cancel culture is a thing. And one thing I saw this week was a bunch of country music fans that could see through a lot of the all right?
He swore. He's so edgy.
Over 20,000 fans at his show voiced their support for Jason with USA chants, and he further explained the message behind the controversy.
I love the people that chant USA at shows. The country that hates us. The country that hates us. The country that has politicians that keep screwing us over. Yeah, USA. Woo!
Your song.
I love my country, I love my family, and I will do anything to protect that.
All right. It's kind of like that segment on the Mike Calta show, Redneck Bingo. Literally, you can just close your eyes and go, God, the national anthem, women, beer. That's all you're going to hear in country music.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh, man, I'm getting really worked up today. I'm getting really hyper. So I want to really relax right now, because let me see how long I've been recording this show known as Happy Hour. 45 minutes. Tomorrow, Pharaoh returns. But for right now, it's just me. And if you're watching on Hoppe TV, I will be back in 4 minutes. But for right now, we're going to do Riding Through My City by LB2, a.k.a. Lawrence, from the Chill Room of Pinellas Park.
I'm just riding through my city, man. Music bumping, head swinging, ain't nobody holding me back. I'm just riding through my city, man. I'm just trying to keep my record clean. Ride my city, rain, break the roof, mixing head, spinning bread, getting, ain't nobody holding me back. I'm just riding through my city, man.
Ride.
I'm just riding through my city, man.
I'm riding through my city, my crown looking pretty. All my girls are titty. Yeah. I'm grinding like I'm filthy. Got my hand on my 50. You know I keep it with me. Don't try me, it get sticky. My dogs in here with me. They with that nitty gritty. Yeah. Stacking cash to the ceiling, sipping shells for the healing. Give a damn how they feeling. Rising above is a must. Yeah. Family's all I trust. Keeping my foot on their neck while keeping some root in my cup. Been running this game for a while. Now when are they showing me love? Can't learn how to strip in a day. You want my advice? Give it up. Took a minute, took my time, and now we up. Shots to Weezy, man, don't talk about my cup. I'm on that Marley vibe, I'm here to stir it up. Where's the love? I'm just riding.
I'm just riding through my city, man. Music bumping, head swinging, ain't nobody holding me back. I'm just riding through my city, man. I'm just trying to keep my record clean. Ride my city, rain, break the roof, missing head, spinning bread, getting, ain't nobody holding me back. I'm just riding through my city, man. I'm just riding through my city, man.
Yeah, I'm just riding around the bird, keep a watch for the birds. Got the keys, say the word, say the word. Yeah, my life is so absurd, holding flock for the herd. On the mud, speeches slurred. And I'm never crapping out, rolling sevens on the dice. Homie, why you showing out? Do it all without speeches slurred. And I'm never crapping out, rolling sevens on the dice. Homie, why you showing out? Do it all without a doubt. Staying muddy in a drought. Stack them up, I do a count. Focused on the numbers and I'm running them up. And my people out here crazy and they running them up. Got a bat from overseas and we load up the truck. If you praying on my downfall, you boys out of luck.
You know I'm cool as a pup. All this ice I'm displaying, drinking shell after shell.
Then to the porcelain I'm praying. I get up and I'm swaying, and I stumble outside. I put myself back together, then I jump in my ride.
I'm just riding through my city, man. Music bumping, head swinging, ain't nobody holding me back. I'm just riding through my city, man.
What up?
I'm just trying to keep my record clean.
Hell yeah.
Ride my city, rain, break the roof, missing head, spinning bread, getting, ain't nobody holding me back.
Tell
I'm just riding through my city.
Yeah.
I'm just riding through my city.
That's the plan.
And just don't think we out here riding in the Berg only.
Yeah.
We're taking this state to state.
Just don't ride the Nebraska Avenue. Oh my God. LB2, a.k.a. Lawrence, is pretty good. He's got Kid Cudi vibes, and I love Kid Cudi, which is why I love Lawrence. Well, I love him for many reasons.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, Romeo, trip me out, bruh.
Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned as a Christmas.
This following segment has been brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts. When I tell you that he is the best MMA trainer in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. Amir Academy.com. This is also being brought to you by FitStageFitness.net, CounselingOnCall.net, and let's let that beat drop, bitch. You like that? If you need to work on your mental health, CounselingOnCall.net. I talked to my psychologist, my psychiatrist, every few weeks, but my shrink, my psychologist, my therapist, whatever you want to identify Jay as, once a week, and he helps me out. You can work out all you want and get great haircuts. But if your mental health is not where it needs to be, you're dead in the water. All right, we're going to come back and wrap this show up, which is advice I should give to a lot of NBA players. Wrap it up.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Now for something completely different.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Happy Hour.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. We got about 8 minutes left on this bitch.
Happy Hot Topic!
I believe in psychics as well. Puns intended.
Raven Simone says she has a lot more in common with her That's So Raven character than fans may think. In a new episode of her podcast, The Best Podcast Ever with Raven and Miranda, the 37-year-old, her wife, and their guest, Keke Palmer, were playing a game of spin the wheel.
When I found out, like, she can be lesbian all she wants, but I had such a crush on Raven. She was so sassy.
When the Ravens' home star shared the shocking revelation.
What I believe actually is humans have the ability in their brain to tap into energy fields that allow
it's called your imagination. Don't make it that deep.
For truth to connect when you know how to translate it correctly. I can walk into a room and read the room. People might not think that's psychic, but what that is reading energy. And
that's called being a human. Whoa! You read the room? Congratulations, Raven.
Energy is in the psychic plane because it's not on a physical material plane.
Why do all psychics seem like fake, smarmy people? Because they are.
And on to explain that while she can't predict the future, she feels like she experiences a different kind of connection in certain moments.
I feel that after some marijuana.
So I do have moments where I'll just... God, it's so bad, you guys. Listen.
Because it's fake. You know what you're saying is horseshit. I'm so sick of psychics. They get everything wrong, but they'll get one thing right. And they're like, see, I predicted you were going to get a girlfriend or that someone was going to win the Super Bowl. It's all mumbo jumbo.
This happened before the show, but I really will just stare and I will see a scene that is happening that has happened to me or going to happen in another dimension, and I feel it in my body.
What midlife crisis shroom trip is she on? It's called The Best Podcast Ever. Listen, I can always improve, but I put actual thought into my podcast. She's just saying things that are coming to her mind. I mean, it's just, maybe I'm just projecting now, because that's kind of what I do here. I mean, let's be real. It is happy hour.
Happy Hot Topic!
Up next, in Republicans overcompensating because they have skeletons in their closet.
Other news today, Barbie continues to break box office records. But despite all the bubbly pink fun, the movie's become a target of some right-wing personalities.
The right-wingers are so bored that they're hating on the Barbie movie. Imagine how much of an overcompensating loser you are that you're offended by the Barbie movie. Go have sex or something.
They say it lacks family values. And
go pray to God. Oh, it lacks family values? Don't go see it then. Watch Everyone Loves Raymond on Peacock or something. Don't let everybody else's fun not happen because you don't agree with the movie or whatever. God's fake. Relax.
And promotes, quote, toxic femininity.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
It's Barbie Backlash. Some conservatives are going so far as to call the blockbuster movie man-hating.
Who cares? We're on this planet and then we die. If they make a movie hating on men, whatever. I saw Ben Shapiro getting all mad about it. Who cares? Who cares?
What are you doing here?
I'm coming with you. Right-wing columnist Ben Shapiro is torching the film.
I just want to be pegged, you know? But I'm in the closet, so I'm Ben Shapiro, so I'm angry at the world. I just really want penis.
Literally, setting Barbie dolls on fire.
That's when you know you're out of content, Ben Shapiro.
It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh my God, it's like not for you. It's for people that are actually fun to be around and not somebody who's uptight like Ben Shapiro who just needs to bang men.
Elon Musk complains, if you take a shot every time Barbie says the word patriarchy, you will pass out before the movie ends.
If you were to take a shot every time Elon quits ruining Twitter, you'd be blackout drunk.
Republican Representative Matt Gaetz and his wife Ginger dressed up in pink when they saw the movie, but they sure changed their tune after the screening.
I think the movie should be boycotted.
Why? You gave the movie... Boycott it by not going. Just say you don't like the movie. Oh, I'm going to boycott it. You just sat for 2 hours watching it, dummy.
Absolutely write off men as useless, as unintelligent.
Oh, we kind of are. We just want to have sex and eat chicken wings.
So cool. On The View today, Whoopi Goldberg mocked the backlash.
It's a movie!
All right, my life is too short to play any clip of The View. To me, there is one clip from The View that I sincerely love. No, not the Rosie O'Donnell days or whatever. It's this clip from Family Guy of The View.
Hey, Stewie, 3 o'clock. Time for The View. No, not again! Let me out of here! I can't watch another second!
Happy hot topic!
James's son Bronny suffered a cardiac arrest during a basketball workout at USC on Monday. The 18-year-old was rushed to the hospital where he was treated in the ICU before being released to general care.
Anybody out there that was glad this happened, you need to burn in hell even though it's not real.
A spokesperson for the James family told Access Hollywood, quote, yesterday while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family, and we will update media when there is more information, a spokesperson for the family shared.
That's when you know it's legit, is when they want privacy, because LeBron makes everything about him. So when this is going on and the LeBron James family wants privacy, that's when you know something's up. And I mean, obviously, if you go through cardiac arrest, something is up. But I'm just saying, LeBron makes everything about the brand. So when he's like, please leave us alone, you know it's bad.
LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. Bronny recently committed to the University of Southern California to play basketball and is expected to follow in his dad's NBA footsteps. LeBron has said in the past that he won't retire from the NBA until he gets to play with his son. Access Hollywood recently chatted with some of LeBron's lifelong friends, and they all reacted to rumors of his retirement.
LeBron retiring. Never gonna happen, right?
Not now. In my opinion.
All right, so LeBron's never going to retire, even though it'll be in 2 years. Oh my God, happy hour is almost over. But let's do a quick recap of all the sponsors. WestChasePrinting.com, FitSageFitness.net, AmirAcademy.com, Mitra-9.com, DZBZHoney.com, and CounselingOnCall.net. And RichKBarber.com, and ASTROBLEME.com. Oh man, I appreciate everybody for watching Hoppe TV and listening to the show. The numbers, the downloads have been through the roof recently. Follow me on all social media at Ryan Hoppe Radio. If you're listening live on Z Radio Live, where we air every Thursday at 5 p.m. East Coast time, 4 p.m. Central, search up Hoppe Radio on every single major platform. And I am out of breath. This has been Happy Hour. I'm signing off. Goodbye now.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.